October of 2009, we had the opportunity through the 9/11 Family Association to be notified about steel artifact from the World Trade Center being made available to communities for the purpose of memorials. And on behalf of the city of Napa, both our fire department and our city, we submitted an application to the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. We were successful in obtaining permission to obtain this artifact.
We did not know that it was 30 tons of steel from the World Trade Center. Typically you would see a 9/11 memorial as a single piece of steel with a plaque. This has become probably one of the largest 9/11 memorials in the country.
And today is the culmination of that effort with our dedication, and we're very proud to be here today.
And we know that art in its best form is supposed to provoke emotion, and I really think we've gone a long way to do that in honoring the people who lost their lives that day.
It's a spot for Napans to come together to pause and reflect.
Just to stand here in this presence is very overwhelming, emotional. I think we all go back to that very day, 12 years ago today, where we were, how we felt, and I don't think those feelings have changed.
My wife died 13 years ago, and I have a bench on a hill where I go and commune with her. This is our bench on the hill.
I've been involved in a lot of stuff in my life, and this is probably the most important project that I've been involved with, and I'm very proud of it, and I'm proud of Gordon, I'm proud of Gretchen, Darren, and the community that made this happen.
Democrats and Republicans and conservatives and liberals and libertarians and private workers and union workers and business owners, and we came together for a common purpose. Really no political statement other than people from different points of view can get together and work on a common theme.
It doesn't take much wrangling to get people together on committees here in Napa when it's something really important, and that is really the most wonderful thing about Napa is we have a major, very big sense of community here.
I think this park is going to be a wonderful addition for downtown Napa. We've already had some visitors from New York who actually had some family members who lost their lives during the 9/11 attack, and they were able to stop here, take a moment away from their day, and just kind of reflect on what happened.
With the Napa Police Department Honor Guard, we will be raising the flag today, or U.S. flag today, for the first time at the memorial.
This memorial is the result of a lot of work and a lot of time by a lot of folks, and it's wonderful to have you all out here tonight to welcome the ceremony with us.
Freeze and arms!
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
So we give thanks for our time together on this late summer evening for this very moving and momentous occasion, the dedication of the 9/11 Memorial Garden. And we give thanks for the chance to remember how we came together as individuals, as a community, as a nation, and as the world to grieve and to heal.
Last night I was watching on television when they were talking about our memorial, and there was a picture of Gordon, the artist, with his hand on the memorial saying, these are people that died on 9/11, and they had just gone to work that day, and this memorial will honor them. And I think my message tonight is there are so many individuals here that have stepped forward to be part of honoring these folks. Thank you all.
This spot, 3,000 miles from ground zero, these beams extracted from the cauldron, these names shared with the angels, this tragedy seared into our memories. Today we come together to pause and reflect. I close my eyes and go to the place in my heart where the universal good holds me. I don't know why the innocents were taken, but adding darkness to the dark doesn't bring light.
Way back in the beginning of time, God gave away things, places. He gave Paris to France, and he gave Rome to Italy. He gave the Great Salt Lake to Utah. He gave the Grand Canyon to Arizona. He gave everything away. He most recently gave the Golden Gate Bridge to San Francisco. But when he came to the Napa Valley, he said, no, I'll not give this away. This is where I'll live. This is where I'll stay. And so he populated this valley with incredible people like each of you, each and every one of you. Talented people, gifted people, kind people, caring people, people of goodwill. That is why the memorial here is so fitting to be here. That is why so many gave so much to make this happen.
There's really too many people to thank. There's going to be a permanent donor sign that will be here, but there's literally hundreds of people, names who will be on it. I worked with Jim Asbury on fundraising, and we raised as little as $1 and as much as $20,000 from individuals.
One of the things that I was really struck by going through Hangar 17 was the enormity of the destruction. And I was really also struck by the enormity of the hatred that could cause destruction like that. It was very sobering, I guess. And then I thought about it some more, and then I thought, well, but the enormity of the love and the compassion that came out of that. And I just would encourage all of us not to wait for the next disaster to treat each other the way that so many of us treated one another right after that disaster. We should be loving each other every day.
We've worked hard on the design. I feel that people are able to drive by and experience it. They're able to ride their bicycles by and experience. If you want to just walk by, you can look at it. But what we hope, in addition to that, is to invite you in and to allow you to come and sit within the space. If you sit in any area of our circular walls, you'll be able to get a different view. We want you to come up and touch the pieces and look at them and read them and remember. In closing, I'm going to say I've been very honored and humbled to be a part of the 9/11 Coalition and this experience. And I think now that we have it complete or nearly complete, it's our job together to make sure that we care for it.
Right.
Thank you.
Nobody ran from this project. People came to us and said, how do we get involved? We had to turn people away because we didn't have projects for them yet. We didn't have a way for them to be involved. The fire service is steeped in tradition. If you see our ladder truck out here, it has an American flag on it. Our fire truck number 1 has the names, the 343 names of the lost firefighters for the New York City Fire Department. We remember. We will never forget this day. We will never forget those men and women of our armed services that are today still fighting the war against terrorism. We have veterans here today. We have active service military. We have our law enforcement folks. And I think I'd feel really bad if I didn't mention how important it is to be a part of that service. We go in harm's way for the public. We do it because we are public servants. We did this because it was the right thing to do. We're passionate about it, and we want our community and our children to remember this day forever. So please don't ever forget. Thank you.
when I moved here and found out about this project that was happening here, I just thought it was amazing, because I feel like in Manhattan, we felt like an island that was experiencing something that nobody else cared the way that we cared about. And I couldn't believe that all the way out here in California and in Napa, of all places, that people cared enough to really come together and make something happen.
We heard Gretchen talk tonight about creating a sense of circles within circles, so you create a community when you get to see this memorial. So there's so many layers to it, because we had so many different folks involved, that it really has made it an amazing place, and a place where, as a Napan, I'm just so proud that it's here. And it's here because I've got community members that made it happen, which makes it even more special.
People from all over our country and all over the globe are coming here and finding the names of their lost loved ones, and it really means something to them, and it meant a lot to us.
Tonight is such a special night. The turnout of the community, to really see everybody here enjoying together, it's a very, very special evening.
I was just amazed and overwhelmed by the turnout tonight, and it's another lesson in that some things are just worth doing, even if they take 4 years. There's so many stories that one could tell about what this memorial means, but I think it's important that we really remember the core of the meaning of it, the core of its purpose, is to honor the victims that lost their lives that day. And their only sin, their only crime was going to work like they did every day. And so many lives were changed forever. And so we really want to make sure that we never ever forget that tragedy. And each and every victim's name is represented on that memorial.